Our Bundesliga campaign is going really, really well. We're playing FC Nordsjaelland today in our Euro Cup 2 quarterfinal. But more troublesome is the fact that we actually have an injury worry where I have injured players in the same position. So depth is definitely an issue today. My name is FM Jellicoe, and this is the Red Devils Rising. Series of some extremely good luck, and it didn't require any sacrifices on my part. The neighbor's cat's been missing for 2 weeks, I swear. Against Borussia Dortmund, we came back and beat them 5-2. What's even more amazing about this is the fact that Mike Krause got sent off in the 44th minute for a double yellow card. I went old school. I broke out the 4-4-2. The 4-2-4 hadn't been doing it lately. I mean, we'd been winning, but we've been breaking down defensively late in the games. I wanted to go back to something I was confident everybody could play and play well. And if you look, we played a 4-4-2 gegenpress, which is what we play in the 4-2-4. And actually, we sat a little bit deeper back this game. That was about it. I suspect if we played the 4-2-4, this would not look much different. I mean, the forwards would be a little bit more forward. The wingers and the wingbacks would be a little bit more forward. But that's about it. But this was a good game. And Demi got the scoring start in the 2nd minute. Krause equalized in the 4th minute. Then Pellegrini scored in the 30th minute. De Gracke scored in the 33rd minute. Boadu got on the board in the 48th minute, right before the end of the half. And then he scored right after the start of the second half. Kamberov put them up in the 53rd minute. We got lucky. We had a De Gracke goal in the 59th minute, and I missed the Luis Felipe goal in the 37th minute. They had 42 shots, 15 on target. We had 17 and 12. Decker finished the game on a 9-0. And if it weren't for the fact that Boadu had a very, very good game offensively, Decker would have been player of the match, hands down. Yeah, he should have been player of the match regardless. He had so many good saves. It's not even funny. Now, Dortmund had a lot of chances, and they had a lot of shots, but they were so wildly off target, it wasn't even funny. I mean, with 42 shots, 15 on target, they only had 3 clear-cut chances. Now, they had 3 woodwork hits, too. If Decker hadn't been the player of the match, the woodwork should have been. It was a fun game to watch. It was a close-run thing there for a while, especially being a man down. The fact that we came back to beat them is very, very cool. Against Stuttgart, well, we thumped them 5-1. De Gracke, a hat-trick's worth of goals. Pellegrini, a brace of goals. And against Wolfsburg, this was a fun game to watch, too. We went back to the 4-2-4. Pellegrini scored in the 5th minute. De Gracke scored in the 32nd minute. End of the 46th minute, right before the end of the first half. Then he scored in the 52nd minute. Wolfsburg got 2 Haberer goals. He scored against us every game we've played Wolfsburg in. And then Henry scored in the 78th minute to make the game closer than it actually was. They had 20 shots, 18 on target. We had 15 and 7. They had Foyth got sent off in the 88th minute, but he'd been fouling all game. Ginter went out with an injury in the 51st minute. That really helped us. Kluivert was just absolutely horrible. He was on a 5-9. Foyth was on a 5-8 before he got sent off. We had just enough players on the right side of good to win. Now, league-wise, that puts us in 4th place, but we're only a point ahead of Leipzig and Bayer and 2 points ahead of Hoffenheim. So literally, there are 4 teams fighting for this 4th place position. We'd need an insane amount of luck, and I believe it would be an insane amount of luck to come back, and even Dortmund would have to lose, we would have to win. There's just a whole lot of math going on, and it's really late at night for me to try and figure it out. We're aiming for 4th place. So the problem is Bayer and Leipzig, Red Bull are both really good teams. Hoffenheim's a good team as well. And we're playing all these extra games because we're in the Euro Cup. So De Gracke leads us with 39 goals. I believe Pellegrini has 38. We'll check that out here in a minute. Pellegrini has a 7.59 rating and 19 assists. De Gracke and Pellegrini each have 8 players in the match. Krause has the 1 red card. De Gracke has 39 goals. Pellegrini has 37 and 19 assists. He is now wanted by Juve. Ancelotti is coming and watching him play. So, and De Graca is wanted by Napoli. Now, normally, I would be a little bit upset by that, except I think I found a potential replacement for Pellegrini should he agree to sign with us. I also have Steensig. He's a replacement for De Graca should De Graca leave. And I think De Graca is going to leave. Steensig is going to step up and try and fill Pellegrini's shoes. I've got a couple other youth players that can play up there as well. Losing both would be rough. They've both been quality pickups for the squad. De Graca, I mean, for crying out loud, we got him on a free. Juve had him. They let him go. We picked him up on a free. He's been nothing but absolutely spectacular for us since we picked him up. Pellegrini, we brought on last year for 2.3 million euros straight up. And he has been nothing but sensational the 2 seasons he played for us. Now, I did agree when he signed the contract with us that he could use the club as a stepping stone. And if he wants to use the club as a stepping stone to Juve, and Juve wants to pay me like 40 or 60 million euros for Pellegrini, I'll take that every day and twice on Sunday. So today we got Nordsjaelland. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. We'll get to there, and I got to do some maneuvering around here. Oh, the injury issues. So Florian Held is out with yet another injury. He pulled a calf muscle after pulling a thigh muscle, I want to say. And now Marco Bloom is out as well with an injury. He should be good in a day or two, but we're not playing Nordsjaelland in a day or two. We're playing them today. And so he's not at match fitness. What's going to end up happening is De Graca is going to come down. Things are going to move. Carrillo's missing the game because he has too many yellow cards. So, fun times. So this is the squad we're going to start today. I'm taking a little bit of a risk starting Chalet, but he's a better pressing forward than Ojeda is. But we've got Decker in goal, Ranieri, Wiesner, Dressel, and Magahalis as the defensive back four, Swiderski and Felipe as the midfielders, De Graca and Bernat as the attacking midfielders, Chalet and Pellegrini up top as the strikers. Now, Nordsjaelland is an interesting squad. They're starting Figueira today, who's mainly a bench player. You know what? Let's click here. Senior squad. So this is the team they're starting today. Their best scorer, Atanga, they aren't starting, and he's not injured. I mean, Figueira is capable, but he's not Atanga. Bredal's pretty good. Ant-Man's pretty good. Mehdi's pretty solid for him. He's in on loan. It's an interesting squad. It's really kind of rotated. I'm kind of surprised they're not starting Atanga. And, Francis is injured, and Winkle is injured as well. So, I don't know. It's just, I saw who they were starting, and it's like, are they not taking us seriously? I hope they're not taking us seriously, because, frankly, we could use all the help we can get. Mikkelsen dispossesses Ranieri. Back to Mehdi. He crosses it in, knocked away. Bernat has it. Driving forward. Cuts inside, feeds Pellegrini, who takes the shot, and he buries it from distance. His 30th goal of the season. That was a beautiful assist by Bernat. George is barking outside. I think after the highlight here, I'm going to pause for a minute so I can let him in. What a nice assist by Bernat, rather. I think it's interesting. He seems to be more active at night lately than he is during the day. Magahalis on the throw into Pellegrini. Crosses it in. Chalet can't get to it. Dressel's going to run down the ball, hopefully. Passes it to Felipe. Back to Dressel. To Felipe. To Dressel. Long pass to Graca. Heads it down. Chalet takes the shot just wide right. Bernat from just outside the box. Curls it in for the goal. His 7th of the season. I think maybe Nordsjaelland didn't take us seriously. Zivkak is on loan at Arminia Bielefeld, and in 11 games, he has 7 goals. But in looking at him more and comparing him with Bernat, Zivkak, I think, has pretty much leveled off. He's not going to get better. He's not going to get worse. Bernat's ceiling is higher. I would keep them both, but I suspect Zivkak would demand more playing time. Oh, Figueira takes the shot. Decker, very nice save. He just signed a new contract. I managed to sneak in a $30 million release clause. Magahalis on the throw-in. Oh, knocked away, but he gets it back. Bernat takes the shot. Ventruba, nice stop. Oh, Dressel heads it, but it goes right to Ameti. Inside, outside. Back out to Mikkelsen, crosses it in, and Juanlu scores his third goal of the season. And Nordsjaelland is on the board. Some really nice moves by Ameti there. Good pass. Oh, who the heck is this? De Graca. Okay, that's why he didn't follow Mikkelsen. It wasn't really his responsibility, but he should have. Mikkelsen on the throw-in. Swiderski knocks it away, but it goes right to Juanlu. Back out to Mikkelsen. Juanlu crosses it in. Dressel knocks it away up to Bernat. He cuts inside. You know, for a inverted winger, he certainly spends a lot of time on the other side of the field. Ant-Man dispossesses him. Gets the ball up to Figuier. It's headed forward. Ranieri's there to pick it up. Dressel to Felipe. Over to Bernat. Kicks it forward. He's got help. Is he going to use it? No, he's going to give the ball away to Ameti. That was a misplay by the defense. How was that? That looked like a complete match engine issue. That was definitely a... Wiesner was moving towards him and then moved away when Ranieri got close. And I just... Ranieri to Swiderski. Back to Ranieri. Crosses it in. Bernat to Graca, and he scores. Nice 1-2 by the duo. Holy cow, this transfer window is going to be interesting. What an assist by Bernat. That's the second nice assist he's had this game. Ranieri to Chalet. Back to Swiderski. Felipe gives the ball away. Winter tries digging it up to Fagner, but it's knocked away. Bernat has it. Cuts inside. Long pass back to Swiderski. Chalet out to Ranieri, all alone on the left. Crosses it in. Pellegrini can't get to it. De Graca runs it down. Ranieri. Felipe top of the box. Swiderski. Back to Felipe. Pellegrini. Bernat. What happened there? Pellegrini was offsides. Okay. They're playing a little bit further back. 7 shots, 4 on target for us. 10 shots, 4 on target for them. Slight possession advantage for us. We go into the half with a 1-goal lead, and it's an away goal, too. Magahalis on a throw-in to Pellegrini. Dispossessed. Dressel should get it. Up to Magahalis. Felipe. Back to Dressel. All the way back to Decker. To Wiesner. Oh, Swiderski manages to get it. Magahalis up to Bernat, who loses the ball. Dressel finally gets his horse on. Almost gives the ball away. Felipe up to Pellegrini. Chalet ends up with the ball. Feeds De Graca. What a pass. And De Graca dinks the keeper for the goal. Wow. What an assist by Chalet. Wow, he put that right where only De Graca could get it. I gotta check Chalet's stats out here in just a minute. Ball's knocked away. Juanlu's gonna run it down. Winter to Figuier, back to Bredal. Dressel knocks the ball away. Pellegrini heads it to Chalet. Gets by, one-on-one with the keeper, and he takes the shot. That's youth and inexperience there. He's only 19. If that, he might be even 18. Felipe to Bernat. Bernat back to Felipe. And Bernat was offsides. Decker on the goal kick. Dressel. Up to Bernat. Bernat's dispossessed. Swiderski gets the ball out to Magahalis. Back to Felipe. Long pass. Pellegrini behind the defense. Takes the shot off the post. Serbicic knocks it out of bounds. Coming up on 65 minutes here. We're going to check Chalet out real quick. 18 years old. 15 first touch, 16 heading. 13 passing. Yeah. You're definitely going to leave him on. You know what? I'm not going to make any changes yet. The squad is relatively healthy. No one's on a yellow. Everyone's performing well. Change right now seems to be superfluous, which I actually used properly in a sentence. Wow. Mikkelsen crosses it in. Dressel knocks it away, but Juanlu's going to run it down. Juanlu. Fagir knocked away by Ranieri. Mikkelsen stops it from going out of bounds. Ameti takes the shot. Decker blocks it, but it goes right to Ant-Man. He gets his 12th goal of the season. Ranieri just tried getting it out of bounds, but Mikkelsen was there to stop it. Decker, a nice stop, but Ant-Man was right there to volley it in. Man. Hell of a game so far. De Graca to Swiderski. Back to De Graca, takes the shot, hits the post, goes out. Felipe just got injured. That's a straight injury too, potential foot injury. Yikes. Okay, we'll bring Matty on to replace Felipe, and we're going to switch him and Swiderski. Brettel. Knocked away. Oh, what a pass. They brought a Tanga on and they equalize. Wow. Oh, who went up? Wiesner went up for the header and missed it. Five minutes of extra time. And that was a banger of a match. 4-4. Thanks to a late Isaac Atanga goal to let them equalize. 19 shots, 9 on target for them. 14 shots, 6 on target for us. The more interesting concern is Felipe is out 4 to 5 weeks. Okay. I think it's interesting. At the beginning of the season, Pellegrini was wanted by Bayer. Midway through the season, he was wanted by Bayern and Napoli. End of the season, now he's wanted by Juve. Same with De Graca. De Graca was wanted by Mainz for the longest time. Now he's wanted by Napoli. We've got Leipzig coming up in 3 days, and I need to fix my scheduling. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to save the game here real quick. And we're going to play Leipzig offline, and we're going to come back with the home match against Nordsjaelland in just a bit. Well, the game against Leipzig was a draw, which, frankly, was about the best result we could expect. Leipzig was absolutely on their A game. 21 shots, 9 on target. We had 10 and 6. Pellegrini rescued us with a brace of goals. We were ahead, but Torsten Alex scored in the 84th minute was really kind of he got player of the match for it. It was just... So they played this really compact 4-2-3-1 that we just had a hard time breaking through. Pellegrini's goals were nice. It was a really good game. It was very back and forth, especially in the second half. Bejka had an absolutely horrible game. He ended up on a 6-4. His passing was just... I think he completed more passes to the Leipzig team than he did our squad. So, that said, today it is the home match against Nordsjaelland. It's literally 1 a.m. in the morning here. I really want to get this game in and get it done, see how we do. So, Bloom is back healthy. Held is still out injured for another day or two. Steensig up there. Chalet, did he play? Nope, he's on the bench too. So is Ojeda. So we're set. We got Decker in goal, Ranieri, Wiesner, Carrillo, and Magahalis as the defensive back four. Matty and Swiderski as the midfielders. Bloom and Bernat as the attacking midfielders. DeGrok and Pellegrini up top as the strikers. The other thing I am looking for is... Warrington's on the 19s. Bloom's on the 19s as well. Yeah, Kraus and Hen. Okay, we're good. The good news is we scored 4 away goals. The bad news is Nordsjaelland also scored 4 goals, so if they beat us 1-0, they win. Magahalis on the throw-in. Bernat gets it to Pellegrini, barely, somehow. Pellegrini centers it. Servicek knocks it away. Carrillo stops it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Swiderski. Back to Carrillo. Over to Wiesner. Up to Matty. To Bloom. Bloom tries feeding to Grok, but it's knocked away. Carrillo ends up with it again. Magahalis feeds Pellegrini, got behind the defender. Oh, Hajeti blocked it. De Graca to Matty. Oh, Pellegrini couldn't get it. It hit the post. There's more than a few wasted chances there. Magahalis on the throw-in. Pellegrini. Back to Swiderski. Long pass to Graca. Got between the defenders. Wow, what a strike. Holy cow, what a strike. He absolutely lasered that in. I swear the keeper was looking where the ball was going before the ball was even there. Bernat shorts it to Bloom. He gets it back to Bernat. Back to Bloom. Swiderski tries sending it in, bounces it off a Nordsjaelland player. He gets it out to Wiesner all alone on the right. Back to Swiderski, to Wiesner. Why are we giving them the opportunity to set up their defense again? Matty ends up with the ball after the errant pass. Swiderski to Matty. Gives the ball away to Francis. Figueira gets it down to Wanlu. Over to Ameti. Mikkelsen with the ball now. Gets it back to Ameti, but he's dispossessed. Bloom has it. Gets it up to De Graca. Back to Matty. Long pass. Pellegrini. And he gets it near post as well. I think he and De Graca definitely have a competent... And it's being reviewed. It's not going to get overturned. I really think he and De Graca have their own personal bet going on as to who's going to end the season with more goals. Carrillo. Back out to Swiderski. To Carrillo. Bloom. I don't know what the heck's going on. We're holding the ball up, and it's giving them the opportunity to fall back and reset. Oh, we dodged a bullet there. Atanga, again, sends it in. Francis is there. Decker, a nice stop. Carrillo, up to Bernat. Over to De Graca. Taps it down to Matty. Gives the ball away. Mikkelsen gets it to Ameti. All the way back to Ventruba. Out to Atanga. Atanga blows by the defender. In the box, baseline, takes the shot. Decker was pulled out of position and Figueira scores. That. Decker did well to stop the first one, but... Figueira scores off the corner kick, and they're ahead. 2 goals inside of 4 minutes. We're not even 20 minutes into the game. Going to demand more from the guys. Decker went up and just completely miffed it. Ranieri on the throw-in. Bloom, De Graca, back to Ranieri. He gets it in, but it's knocked away. Ameti's going to get there. What the hell's the 19 doing? Can't make up his mind. And they score again. What the hell is going on there? I mean, look at this. Wiesner couldn't make his mind up what he wanted to do. Unreal. Mikkelsen on the throw-in. Knocked away. Pellegrini can't get there before Francis says. Wanlu to Ant-Man. Figueira. Back to Francis. To Atanga. Figure to Francis, out to Agger on the left. He tries crossing it in, but it bounces off. Burnett tries getting the ball up to Pellegrini. Pellegrini shields the defender, blows by him. Oh, and a nice shot. Looked like it was going right at the keeper, but it just skirted left, and we come back to within a goal. That was well done. Ventruba lofts it forward. Figure heads it down to Atanga. Centers it to Francis. Juanlu to Mikkelsen. To Francis. Back to Figure. Antman. To Francis. Atanga. Figure to Atanga. Got between the defenders. And Decker, a very nice save. George, out of my glasses. Oh, Decker, a very nice stop off the corner kick. Just before the half, Atanga. And Decker jumps up and grabs that. I don't know what that was. Swiderski gets the ball to Graka, though. Bloom to Ranieri. Back up to Bloom. Gets by one. Gets it to Graka, knocked away, but it goes right to Magahalis. Up to Burnett. In the box. Centers it, but Bloom can't get to it before the Nordsjaelland player does. Wiesner to Ranieri. Burnett's there and he scores, and we equalize just before the half. Oh, that was nice. That was very, very nice. I think that's one of the reasons I'm keeping him over Zivkak. Nice header. All of our games lately have been back and forth. Told the guys I wasn't happy with their performance. They seem to be okay with that. Wiesner dispossesses Figure. Matty, back to Wiesner. To Matty, to Wiesner. Tries getting it up to Graka, but it's intercepted. Antman to Francis. Oh, Atanga. Oh, jeez. Magahalis went for the interception and completely misplayed it. Figure had a fabulous strike from distance. Good gracious. I don't know what the hell Magahalis was thinking there. And Decker was completely unprepared for that. Ventruba gives the ball away to Burnett. Centers it to Graka, and he powers it in for the equalizer. 16 total goals in 2 games. You told me that, I thought you were nuts. Oh, I got a haircut earlier today. If you couldn't tell, and it's all over the place now because I'm freaking doing this too much. Oh, it was nice. A good one-on-one with Jagraka, who absolutely beat Ventruba. Burnett on the corner kick. Oh, it's bombed away. Magahalis should run it down. Gets it to Decker. Out to Ranieri. Over to Bloom. Bloom feeds to Graka. Taps it back to Matty. Over to Graka again. Swiderski in the center to Burnett. Back out to Magahalis. All alone on the right. Gets it back to Swiderski. Matty. Magahalis in the crowd. Wide right. Ventruba to Atanga. Juanlu back to Agger. Long pass towards Figure. It's knocked forward. Magahalis is going to run that down. Gets the ball up to Burnett. Nice first touch. He gets it back to Magahalis. Lofts it up into space. Agger instead just bombs it forward. Wiesner ends up with it. Gets the ball to Matty. To De Graka. Back out to Swiderski. Burnett. Feeds... was that Pellegrini or that De Graka? Was he offsides? He wasn't. Oh, Srbisek went for the block and missed it. We are going to make a couple of subs here. 70 minutes in. We're going to get Swiderski off and bring on Marco Hen. We're going to swap Bloom and De Graka. We're going to bring Cholet on for Bloom. We got to keep an eye on Maddie. Cuenca to Antman. Almost dispossessed. He is. Maddie steps in front of that. Gets the ball up to Pellegrini. Over to Cholet, who taps it off to DeGraca. He tries fitting Cholet, but ball bounces off. He gets it back. Cholet's there, and he scores. His second goal of the season. Oh, that was nice. 2 goals up with 12 minutes left. They're saying Maga Hollis is gassed. Take a look at that here in just a minute. Nice header by Cholet. Yeah, Maga Hollis is gassed. Bezger can come on. In a minute. Francis to Antman. The Tanga runs down the ball, but goes out of bounds before he can stop it. That's going to be a goal kick. Cuenca on the throw-in. Gives the ball away. Bezger knocks it forward, but Winkle's going to run it down from Nordsjaelland. Francis to Winkle. Ameti takes the shot again, wide right. Two minutes left. Decker over to Wiesner. Up to Pellegrini, who heads it down to Cholet. He tries feeding Bernat, but Cuenca stepped in front of that. Atanga gives the ball away. Carrillo back to Decker. Wiesner up to Ranieri, to DeGraca. He drives forward, drops it off to Matty. Bernat to Matty, tries feeding Pellegrini, who somehow beat Van Truba and scored. What happened there? Van Truba came out and slid and didn't get to the ball before Pellegrini did. Wow. Well, it looked touch and go there for a little bit. Nordsjaelland definitely put up a fight, and they score again. Really, I would have been fine with a 1-0. I would have been more than fine with a 1-0. But no, we've got to score 7 because they scored 5. Good gracious. One last highlight. Wiesner to Decker. Carrillo over to Wiesner. Feeds Matty. Long pass, Bernat across the field. Cuts inside, feeds Pellegrini again. Takes the shot, Van Truba, a very nice block. That should be the... Van Truba lofts it towards Ameti. Collision with Ranieri, but Ameti runs it down. Carrillo knocks the ball away. Matty has it, running forward. Feeds Pellegrini, taps it to Cholet, and Van Truba a nice stop. We are 94 minutes and 15 seconds into a 94-minute match. Bernat ends up with the ball to Hen. He bangs it forward. Bezger heads it to Bernat. Hen again tries feeding Pellegrini, but it goes right to Van Truba. Blow the whistle. Back and forth. And that is it. Holy wow. That was a goal fest. 20 goals over 2 matches with Nordsjaelland. We win the second game 7-5. I think we're facing Tottenham, if I remember correctly. No, CSKA Moscow. Shoot. DeGraca, cream of the crop again. Yes, you were. Fixture rearrangements, training schedule changes. It's literally in 2 weeks. Well, the good news is we've got Darmstadt and Bielefeld coming up, and they are not the best squads. Okay, injury-wise, we're doing... I guess we're coming back for CSKA Moscow. And then we'll see what happens after that. So far, the race for 4th place is very, very close. Bayer's a point ahead of us. So, and there's a possibility we could fall out of European football altogether unless 7th place qualifies for something. We qualify for the playoff. So I think we'll get European football of some sort. I'd really like it to be the Champions League, but that's just me and personal preference. So I'm going to save the game here as soon as this is done. Probably call it a night, go to bed, and ruminate about how on earth we needed 7 goals at home to beat Nordsjaelland, who honestly didn't look like they were taking us seriously the first game, but man, did they come back and do a good job. They gave us their best 1-2 punch, and we took it. We were able to counterpunch. But man, that was a close run thing. If we'd lost that game, especially 5-4 or something like that, there wouldn't have been any shame in that, I think, unless we absolutely got jobbed and FM'd. But that wasn't the case. We just ended up scoring more than they did, and that's what we needed to do. So, man. Our European run's going. We're playing CSKA Moscow next. They're a good squad. They're currently 2nd in the Russian Premier League, behind Zenit. Last year they finished 4th. We got our work cut out for us. I said this was a pretty fun episode. If you did like what you've seen and heard, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM Jellicoe. I thank you for watching.